Done. Good morning and thank you for joining back. This is the last meeting that I'll keep you. Okay. I will share screen. I got one question of orographic rainfall. Let's see if I'll try my best to explain it here only. Situation of winds during the summer season. Shejuti, situation of winds during the summer season, come to me in the next class. Then I will show it to you with the help of the map. Okay. I'll explain it to you with the help of the map of India. Just come to me after next class so that, or during any class teacher's time, you just come up and bring your book. If you bring your book, then what I will do is that I will be able to explain it to you with the help of the map. Right now, the India map, I don't know I can draw it here or not. Otherwise, it will be easier for me to explain. Okay, orographic rainfall, let me try to explain it this way. If this is a mountain range, imagine this is a mountain range. Drawing here is always difficult. Okay, now if a wind is blowing, whereby the mountain range stops the wind. See, the wind cannot go in any other way through the mountain, right? They are being blocked by the mountain. If a mountain range is blocking the wind, then the wind is, and it is a mountain range. Range means several mountain peaks at the same area, one after the other. If it would have been one single peak, then there is place all around it for the wind to blow. But if it is a range, one after the other, then they will be stopped by the mountains. As they are stopped by the mountains, these winds, without getting any place to go, will start rising up. As they rise up, the temperature will drop. In the troposphere, temperature falls with increase in altitude. In the troposphere, temperature drops with increase in altitude. As they rise up, they become cooler. As they cool, if the wind that is coming is a sea breeze, if it is a sea breeze, then it will have water vapor in it. These water vapors, as they go up, will cool down, will convert, condensation, sublimation, all those things that you have learned. They will cool down, condense, and they will form clouds. They will form majority of the clouds in the area where they are coming from, the side they are coming from. And on the side they are coming from, they will cause a lot of rainfall. Since the mountains are forcing the winds, I repeat, since the mountains are forcing the winds to go up, to rise, the mountains have an important role in causing rain. Thus, they are called orographic rain. Along with diagram, exam question can come. Explain orographic rainfall with the help of a diagram. Then you will have to show with the help of a diagram. And two mountain ranges in India that help causing in this type of rain. Any two, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Himalayas, all are correct answers.
Arakan Yoma?
Arakan Yoma is not in India. If I ask you mountain ranges that help in causing rainfall in the Bay of Bengal branch, not specific to India, then Arakan Yoma is a tick mark, correct answer. But if I ask specific to India, then go for this one. Himalayas, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Aravalli, all are correct. Now, this is orographic rainfall. In case, I'm sorry to remember the people who have missed the last India. Yes, class teacher's time tomorrow, come to me at least. I'll see what can be done. Acha. This is important. That is, in case the wind, right now I showed you, if the mountains are lying, perpendicular and they block it. In case it is the opposite and they are not blocked, rather they flow parallel to it. I'll change the color. If they flow parallel to the mountain range, then in no way the mountain range is blocking them. In that case, if they flow parallel, then there will be no rain. Because for rain, what do we need? We need the water vapor to be converted to water droplets to form clouds. Only the mountains, as they block it, they make the wind rise up. The wind can't go anywhere. It's a range, totally at a range, it is blocking them. A long area they are being blocked. Hence the winds rise up. As they rise up, they get cool. They cool down because in the troposphere, temperature drops with increase in altitude. Thus, they convert to clouds. And as they convert to clouds, they cause rainfall. If it is blowing parallelly, the mountain range is not blocking it. No conversion of water vapor into clouds. Water vapor is not getting converted to clouds anymore. Hence, there is no rainfall. That is why how mountains are placed in a place has an important role to play in the region's climate. And if mountains play the more important role, mountains play important role in the rainfall of a region, in the climate of a region. It's called orographic rainfall. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Hopefully, and Shejuti, come to me with the map. I'll explain. Now, what we will start. This is all I was telling you last point about social forestry, whereby the people also benefit, whereby the government also benefits. Along with that, there are a few more terms like agroforestry, agriculture plus forestry. What is agroforestry? These are initiatives like you are doing agriculture in a piece of land. In the bordering areas, why not plant trees? Plant trees that will give you money also. Example, plant mango trees, plant eucalyptus trees. They will, the reason they will protect the soil, number one. Number two, very important, help in, fresh oxygen, reduce climate change, all these benefits. And when people are doing it along with agriculture, suppose agroforestry, they are doing agriculture plus forestry. If they are doing so, then they can sell the things from the plants also and earn extra money. Clear? So agroforestry, social forestry, it's always a two-way process. You work for the environment, do plant trees, take care of trees, take care of the environment. In return, you can use things from the forest, things from the trees like wood, like fruits, like honey, like twigs for making baskets, anything, and sell it in the market. Am I clear in this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So these
Yes,
are
ma'am.
basic initiatives. How can we protect forests? How can we protect wildlife? Know these answers. These are that brings us properly to the end of India. Now we move to the concept of Asia. Now, Asia, children, as I go ahead with you all, this you may not take class notes right away because it's more from the book. Let me stop share. This is more from the book right away. So the first thing that I wanted to tell you is that all of you know about Asia's location. Asia is the largest
Continent.
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 Absolutely. I'll write down the key points. Asia is the largest continent in the whole world. Of course, we all know about that. Yes. Asia is the largest continent in the whole world. And we all are aware about this. Yeah. 1 minute. Asia is the largest continent, and we all are aware about this, that together, Asia, Africa, Europe, these continents are connected to each other in some way. North America and South America are quite far and separated by the Atlantic Ocean. Thus, they are called island continents in the Western Hemisphere, while Australia is another continent which is down south, another island continent which is separated. But Africa, Europe, Asia, these continents are all interconnected. They are interconnected. So if I go to the map, all of you can just refer to the map in your book. I think that will be easier for you all. And keep a pencil ready. I might tell you to mark certain things in the book. Look at the map. So Asia, being the largest continent in the world, has extreme diversity. Extreme diversity means it has physical diversity in terms of mountains, plains, floodplains. You have inland drainage, everything, plateaus, various types of features are found in Asia. Along with that, you have the, climatic diversity. When I talk, it's not only in terms of continent, I'm talking about diversity. Diversity in terms of climate, diversity in terms of geographical features, diversity thus in terms of agriculture, because see, climate, land, these affect people's lives. So the people of Asia, of different parts, have different types of culture, different types of crops are grown, different types of food habits. Definitely we will find these diversities. So Asia as a continent, as you all know, is bounded on three sides by water bodies and connected to land on one side. What type of a huge, landform does?
Peninsula.
Peninsula.
Very good. Very good. A huge peninsula. Asia is a large peninsula, a very large peninsula if you look at it at one go. Because on three sides, again, look at the map. On three sides, it is connected by water bodies. Down south, you have the Indian Ocean. Up north, you have the Arctic Ocean. And on the, on the eastern side, you have the Pacific Ocean. Please understand, the world is round. Please understand that the world is round. Hence, what happens is that, if you look at the world like this, Pacific's one side is, if you say the Pacific also separates Asia and Asia, Europe and all from North America, South America, the Atlantic also does, because the world is round. So to its east, you have Pacific, south, Indian Ocean, north, you have the Arctic Ocean. Asia is one continent that lies in all three heat zones. Asia is one continent that lies in all three heat zones. What are the three heat zones?
Torrid, frigid,
Torrid
and
zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone.
Perfect. Torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. So Asia lies in all three heat zones. Thus, if you look at Asia's northernmost part, absolute northernmost part, you will find the Arctic Circle passing through the north of Asia. So the top part, near the Arctic Circle, this entire northern part of Asia is in the frigid zone, or some part which is near the frigid zone is also extremely cold. Right? That is clear to you all? Now, as you move down, you will find through India passes which latitude?
Tropic of Cancer.
Tropic of Cancer. Through India passes Tropic of Cancer. India and its neighboring countries. Now look at the Asia's point of view. This part, the Tropic of Cancer cutting. If you see that, you will find that Asia's major part in the middle, Asia's major part in the middle lies in the temperate zone. And south part of Asia lies in the torrid zone. Now, Asia has the following important latitudes cutting it. Latitudes. Now, the sleeping lines, latitudes. Number 1, Arctic Circle. Then you have Tropic of Cancer. So Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, the region above the Arctic Circle, frigid zone, the region between the Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer, major part of Asia, the major middle part of Asia, temperate zone, not temperate zone, the south part, India, parts of Bangladesh, Indonesia, all these areas, Indonesia, Malaysia, these areas fall in the torrid zone, hot zone. But look at this absolute lower part through the Indian Ocean. Asia is a country which has many islands as a part of it. It has many islands as a part of it. Hence, if you look, just look here through Indonesia, through Jakarta and those regions, Jakarta, Indonesia, this area, you will find even the equator. Equator is crossing Asia because these islands are there in Asia, a part of Asia as well. So this part also, because see, torrid zone is from Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. That is why a little part of Asia is in the southern hemisphere, but in the torrid zone only. Most of Asia lies in the, this is a very important question in exam. Most of Asia lie in the north hemisphere, but a small part also lie in the south hemisphere or southern hemisphere. Why? Because if I ask you, give reason why or tell me why, because you will write because the equator passes through the southern islands of Asia. The equator passes through the southernmost part of Asia, thus making some islands fall into the south hemisphere. Then you will mention approximately Asia's latitudinal extent, underline that, is from 10 degrees south, 10 degree in the south to 80 degree in the north. So from 0 to 80 degree in the north, majorly it's in the northern hemisphere. Always remember to mention the latitudes and the longitudes as per the question. Is that clear? So what I wanted to tell you again is that, yes, tell.
Yes, ma'am. Could you just repeat again this question answer that most of
Answer.
Asia lie in the North Hemisphere?
In
Yes,
the northern hemisphere, then you can start this way. Asia's latitudinal extent is from 10 degrees south to 80 degree north. 10 degrees south to 80 degree north. Underline that part in your book. Then you will mention through Asia's southernmost part, south part, extreme south, through Asia's south part, you can mention the, through the Indian Ocean and cutting few islands, passes the equator. Through Asia's southern part passes the equator. Thus, some islands of this continent fall in the south hemisphere. Some islands of this continent fall in the south hemisphere, while major portion of the landmass lie in the north hemisphere. Clear? Two things you have to do. It will be a 2 marks question. Number 1, latitude has to be mentioned. Number 2, equator passing through south of Asia. Thus, some islands in southern hemisphere, but major landmass, the main big landmass lies in the north hemisphere. Done. Now, this is in terms of latitudes, but longitudes, the lines which are standing straight, the longitudes are definitely, we all know equator divides the earth into north and south hemisphere. Which longitude divides the earth into east and west?
Prime meridian.
Prime meridian.
Prime meridian.
Prime
Very good.
meridian.
Now, prime meridian passes through which continent?
No.
Europe.
Europe.
North
Very
Am-
good. Greenwich in London. Greenwich in London. You people have read that. So
Yes,
it's in
ma'am.
Europe. So prime meridian is quite far from Asia. It's passing through London. Entire Asia lies in the eastern hemisphere. Sorry, I'm very sorry. Most of Asia lies in the eastern hemisphere. I missed out one point. Very sorry. Most of Asia lie in the eastern hemisphere. Now, why am I saying this? Prime meridian is far from Asia. Why
Ma'am,
do
but
you
since
think
the,
so?
ma'am, since the earth is round,
Since the earth is round, then what?
ma'am, Asia, like the prime meridian is also in the west of Asia. Like Asia also falls on the west of the prime meridian.
You have got one idea, but can you give me 1 minute? I'll show you why. Just give me 1 minute. Yes. Ready. This is the earth, right? Do you remember
Yes, sir.
while learning latitudes, longitudes, you have read that latitudes are basically circles, while longitudes are semicircles from one pole to the other pole? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, longitudes are basically semicircles from one pole to the other pole. If that is the case, half is 0 degree, but 0 degree will have an opposite side also, which is called opposite side. Means two longitudes make one circle. Two longitudes will make one circle, right?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
this
Yes,
is
ma'am.
one half, it will have an opposite over here also. So 0 degrees opposite is 180 degree. Do you remember learning in class 5, 6?
Yes,
0
ma'am.
degrees opposite is 180 degree. Now, this is Asia. This is Asia. It is away from the prime meridian, but it is very close to the 180 degree longitude. The moment you 180 degree is another longitude that marks the boundary from 0 to 180 degree east, 0 to 180 degree west.
Ma'am,
Some
that is the
parts,
international date
this,
line, right?
yeah, this is Asia, this is North America. They are coming very close to the Bering Sea. The Bering Sea and the Bering Strait separates Asia from North America. Now the 180 degree longitude lies very close to Asia, 180 degree. And some parts of Asia lies to the west of the 180 degree longitude. Thus, the small part of Asia that lies to the west of the 180 degree longitude falls in the Western Hemisphere. How many of you got it and how many of you are still confused? How many
We
of
got
you
it.
need?
Ma'am, we
Got
got
it
it.
clear?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
we explain it once more?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
could you?
Well, drawing here becomes a little bit difficult. Otherwise, I will again explain it in class because this is a bit difficult part. Let's see. Wait. think that Asia, the earth is a sphere, right? The earth is a sphere. No, I need the line. Yes. Now, this is the North Pole and there's the South Pole in the south. Every longitude is a semicircle going from one pole to the other, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, suppose this is the 0 degree longitude. This is the 0 degree longitude going from North Pole to South Pole. There will be another longitude coming from the back and joining it. Yes or no? Then only two semicircles will make one circle. So if this is 0 degree, let's take if this is 0 degree, this will have an exact opposite longitude. An exact opposite longitude. The 0 degrees exact opposite longitude is the 180 degree longitude. The 180 degree longitude. You have learned all this during online classes in COVID. Class 5 and 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So 0 degrees opposite is 180 degree. Now if Asia is here, Asia is somewhere here. I'm unable to draw it. Okay. Somewhere around here, away from 0 degree. This is 0 degree. It is away from 0 degree because it's passing through Europe. But it is very close to 180 degree. And 180 degrees, that side is North and South America. Now, this is the Bering Sea. This is the Bering Sea. Some parts of Asia, again, some small islands of Asia, cross the 180 degree longitude and are located in this part of the... See, this is east. And from this side, this is west. Right? This is east, this is west. Asia is not crossing the prime meridian, but Asia is crossing the 180 degree longitude. That is why a small part of Asia from 180 degree to 170 degree, a small part of Asia lies in the Western hemisphere. Majority of it, the main part of it lies in the Eastern hemisphere. Now, are you clear?
Yes, ma'am. Now.
Yes, ma'am.
180, acha, Shejuti, very valid question. Very valid question. Because you see, when I'm talking in terms of Asia, from 0 we are counting. From 0 we are counting. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's starting from almost 26 degree of east. Asia is starting and going up to 180 degree. Again, from 0, the latitudes are being counted to 180 degree in the west also. Asia is not going from this side. Asia is going from the opposite side towards the west. That is why from 180 degree to 170 degree, only 10 degrees in the Western hemisphere. Now understood, Shejuti? It's not approaching from this side. You know, one road I take from this. Suppose this is one road. You stay here and your friend's house is here. And this may be a main road. Okay. This may be a main road. In the opposite side, there may be a main road. Now, I go from here, then it will be one thing. Then it will be a large distance that I'm covering. But that large Asia is not. But if you go from this side, isn't it smaller? So, most of Asia is away from the prime meridian. True. It's not near the prime meridian, but it's very close to the 180 degree longitude. It's approaching the west from this side, Western hemisphere. So only a little distance, only 10 degrees lies in the Western hemisphere, but it's from this side, not the other side. Remember, the earth is round. This way from Asia, I'm going to 180 degree and, you know, a little small islands of Asia is in the Western hemisphere. Clear? Oh, Shuvi Pro asked this question. Very sorry. Not Shejuti. Shuvi Pro asked this question. Very sorry. Now, are you clear? This is more or less the location of Asia, a huge peninsula, 3 sides water, 1 side connected to Europe and Africa. Now, Europe and Africa, how is it separated? from Europe. It is separated by the Ural Mountains, the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea. You can all see this in the map. With Africa, it is mostly detached, except for a very narrow piece of land. Except for a very narrow piece of land that connects it to African continent. It is known as. Can you look over here? Very narrow piece of land. This is called the Isthmus of Suez, through which the Suez Canal has been made. Suez Canal is a man-made feature. Again repeating, Isthmus. Isthmus is a narrow Isthmus is a narrow piece of land connecting two bigger pieces of land and separating two water bodies. And the opposite of isthmus is a strait. Strait, narrow water body connecting to separating two water bodies and connecting two water bodies and separating two land masses. Asia has several straits, and of course, Asia is connected to Africa in this small part. Asia is connected to Africa through the Isthmus of Suez. Through the Isthmus of Suez, the Suez Canal has been built by man. Suez Canal built by man basically connects Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. This made the journey from Europe to Asia to India much, much shorter. Earlier, people had to cross full of Africa, like Vasco da Gama and all, had to cross full of Africa just to reach Asia. But this is not the case now. They have now, through the Isthmus of Suez, now they can cross the Mediterranean, enter the Red Sea, and easily come to India through the Arabian Sea. But the Isthmus of Suez connects Africa and Asia. Europe and Asia is very well connected, but mountain range, mainly the mountain range, Ural Mountains, Ural Mountain, Ural River, Caspian Sea, Black Sea separates these water bodies, and the huge mountain range separates Asia from Europe. But Asia and Europe has been geopolitically always under conflict. Whose is this land? Whose is that country? Whose is that country? Whose is this land? This goes on. This is due to politics. Thus, you will find in Asian countries that there are countries like Armenia, though located entirely in Asia, is often counted as a European country. Located in Asia's side, but called a European country because Europe has colonized it. This is due to political reasons, not geographical. Due to political reasons, there are parts which belong to, belong in Asia, but has been a part of Europe. Just like Alaska. Alaska has been taken by America. Now, Alaska is quite separate from USA, but Alaska is now a part of USA because USA has captured it. It's geopolitics. Not geographically, but politically. Same again goes with Greenland. Greenland is another country that, follows this. Greenland belongs to the American geographical region, geographical plate, but it has been captured by Europe. It's under European rule. Now, Asia also has such countries. Asia has small countries like which we are facing now, the Maldives and Lakshadweep part. The smallest country being Maldives, to the largest one being Russia, followed by China. Russia, China, huge countries, then small countries like Maldives are also a part of Asia, which are island countries. The smallest is Maldives. If Asia is connected by an isthmus with Africa, it is separated by a narrow strait. See, again, the world is round. If this is America, sorry, yeah, this is South America, this is North America, near the North Polar region. Near the North Polar region over here, you have the Bering Strait, the Bering Sea and the Bering Strait, which separates Asia from North America. Actually, Asia and North America at the very North Pole, near the very North Pole, comes very close to each other. Only the Bering Strait is separating them. Can you find that? Look into the map while you are studying. Is this
ma'am.
clear to you all? Now,
Yes,
Asia
yes.
has main rivers, long rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yangtze. You already know. It has deep lakes, the deepest one being Lake Baikal. Then it has high mountains. It has flat plains, highly diverse geography. It has highly diverse geographical features. Now, the first geographical feature that you all will be learning about is the northern lowlands. What is the northern lowlands? The very north part of Asia, the very north part of Asia lies in the frigid zone or very close to the frigid zone. This part of Asia has been covered. It is often covered with ice. It is often covered with ice during the very cold season. You will find many rivers are flowing towards the Arctic Ocean. Many rivers are flowing towards the Arctic Ocean. During the winters, these rivers get frozen. During the winters, these rivers get frozen and their mouths become blocked. Okay, making them flood. Making them flood and creating flood plains here. I see the time is almost up. I'll not keep you for long. Asia's landscape we will do in the next class. The geographical features, one class for climate and one for vegetation. I think we will finish. Do up till Asia's location, Asia's political division. Go through the map very well. This much is clear to everyone.
Yes,
What I
ma'am.
Yes,
taught?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Revise. Go through Asia's map pointing. I'll take one map pointing test at least. And 19th fixed your exams are starting.
Excuse me.